Hello. Welcome to another episode of Xerieos. We are episode 39, which is 3 suits of cards, if you want to know. Good to know.
Oh.
Which one don't you like? You can pick one each.
Oh, diamonds.
Diamonds. Don't like diamonds?
Don't like diamonds.
Commitment. I like it.
Yeah.
Tells you a lot about him. Very good. We are going to jump in.
Analyse.
Going to jump straight in. Last time, the party, emerging on a beach in Zeliddier, created a plan. You were going to wait until morning as the best middle ground to deal with a set of problems just in your way. You had the Order, who had asked Theren and Kasaki to join them on a little bit of just a nice casual walk into the middle of Zeliddier to go and find a criminal network to kill them and then to appropriate whatever they had. You had High Inquisitor Vulcan as well as Inquisitor Regulus and Claudia who were going to accompany you. You also had the criminal network whom you had met that same evening, who introduced themselves. A particular tabaxi drew your attention, named Blackstar, by assaulting and attempting to assassinate Odie in was somewhat of an unprovoked attack where he offered you an alternative deal. An alternative deal. The removal of the Order from the island in exchange for their help. And you're balancing these up. The ultimate aim to see if you could find a scroll of greater restoration to help your stricken friend Blue, petrified still beneath Mount Arnan. Whether you were going to go about it by taking the fire and steel of the Order to the centre of Zeliddier, or whether you would be more diplomatic or aggressive in your strategy. You had decided to go for deception. With Captain Sarcher, Kasaki and Drazden now offshore on the Falling Star sailing away, you decided to use Bruka's magic to polymorph Aubrey into a replica of Kasaki.
Hello.
Upon meeting the Order at dawn with Theren, you were to convince them that the original scouting party that had gone lost on Zeliddier that the Order had initially sent wasn't killed by a criminal network, whom you've had no evidence of, but it was in fact killed by a Hydra, of which you did have a severed head. The rest of the party were hiding, very ably, aided by, again, Bruka's magical ability, in the woods. Unfortunately, the diplomacy didn't go quite as you wanted. An insistence on part of the Order that they followed you, and unfortunately, you couldn't quite convince Vulcan to leave you be. Unfortunately, an issue with
Trust.
not even trust, but just what's rank, I guess is the best way to put it.
Superiority.
Superiority, exactly. A High Inquisitor does not take alternative suggestions, especially one as short as Vulcan. And you found yourself exactly, and you found yourselves being followed into the island of Zeliddier, frantically coming up with Plan B. Bruka, Odie, and Vincent climbed trees around an original, and you can see it here, the original site of the fallen Hydra, our lovely green thing on the floor. That's an owlbear, I think. We're using a lot of. We don't have miniatures for everything. We're exactly. Theatre of the Mind with a digital map with Space Marines. And a very beautiful. Theren is so well painted. I love that. It's very good. Very, very good. You weren't entirely sure what was going on at this point. Whether you were going to be ambushing, attacking, you weren't sure. Theren and Aubrey, however, standing the other side of the fallen Hydra, you had come to terms with the fact that potentially combat was your only way out of this situation, and Theren was still wrestling with that decision when it was almost taken out of your hands by 2 more Hydras chasing the Order through the forest. Bursting into the enclosure, 2 Hydras proceeded to rip quite literally into Claudia, who fell. Regulus, after taking some damage himself, but managing to slay alongside Vulcan, one of the Hydras, turned and helped Claudia with some healing magic, seemingly at the 0th hour, whilst the rest of the party very slowly intervened to help, still torn perhaps in a decision as to whether to help the Order or to betray them. You took a middle ground. We come back in the middle of combat, at the top of initiative, where Bruca, you find yourself watching this fight unfold. You can now see two bodies of hydras, one 15 feet to your left, another about 80 to 90 feet ahead of you in the trees. A large hydra with 4 heads still, snapping away at both Vulcan and Claudia. No, that wouldn't be Vulcan. That would be Vulcan is...
It's the blue one.
This is Regulus.
That's Regulus. So Vulcan
and
and Claudia.
Yeah. Regulus is gonna be... it's about to get axed.
He's just been stabbed as well.
Yeah.
What is your passive perception?
Moi? 17.
Ooh,
17.
No.
At the top of initiative. And this was a great place to leave it last time. I'd rolled all this beforehand before anyone says... You're intervening between combats and doing something between sessions now. This is all written down. You can see my notes. Well, you can't. I'm not going to show you my notes. But you detect movement behind you. 2 figures. In fact, I'm going to give them to you now. Behind the trees, furthest away from me, you see 2 large figures.
Oh, no.
So further back, one behind the furthest tree, and then another one behind the tree, sort of to that. So let's say one more to the further away. There we go. You see them approaching stealthily, as if to attempt to avoid attention as best as you can. Standing tall, 8.5 feet, disgustingly built, large, long, stringy limbs, but inflated, bulbous belly. You can see long, greasy black hair falling onto green matted skin, wounds everywhere, seemingly closed through horrible infected scars, teeth jagged and yellow, as you see them not attacking, but simply waiting behind the trees, watching. All this you see. Now you do have a high passive perception. They stealthed in. Odie didn't see them last time. So, what would you like to do?
Okay. I would like to, if I can, in my movement, go, Vincent, people behind us.
What? And he sort of looks behind.
Sorry, that's not my voice. Vincent, there are people approaching from behind. And then I'll move 1, 2, 3, 4. And could I use the rest of my movement to go, Odie, people, Odie,
You can, with
people
a 3
behind.
action, yeah. You can alert Odie and Vincent. I would say everybody else, I'm going to give Vulcan and Claudia and a chance to hear at that range because they are of similar range. And Theren, make a perception check as well as the closest person. Claudia, natural 1. Vulcan gets a 9. He does not hear.
Ooh.
10. No, unfortunately, you don't catch this. In the middle of the combat, the Hydra snapping and snarling and screaming. One of the heads injured, the rest of the 3 snapping down at the order. You can see the injured one already turning to you, Theren. This creature in the middle is your attention is taken. What would you like to do?
Bonus action to move this bad boy. My flaming sphere.
Yep.
So 10, 15,
Around.
25, 30.
Okay.
So it's gently sizzling. No, actually, let's put him there so it doesn't affect. Nah.
What are you trying to do?
Yeah,
Just
what's the aim?
Just getting it a bit closer to me. I'm not
Okay.
going
So
to...
you're not going to attack
Do you
not
want
going
it to
to
be in
attack him.
range of the Hydra?
No.
You don't. Okay.
So it circles around, basically.
Fantastic.
Yep. And then my action to hide.
Fair enough. There is one other thing I'd like to clarify, just because we've had a couple of combats with Hydras. I did look up some of the rules around Hydras between sessions. I have been running it ever so slightly wrong. It's a way that the book is quite vague in how it's... I mean, I'm curious as to how you read this, right?
Okay.
Whenever the Hydra takes 25 or more damage in a single turn, one of its heads dies. Now, how would you interpret that?
Total.
Single turn.
In a single turn.
Yeah, so it's turn, so it should be the player, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, a
whereas
round.
round would be...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's how I was doing it. I've seen things that say that it should be like around, but I'm gonna stick with what we were saying with
I think-
turn,
no, I
right?
think
just
it
in case
makes
you were thinking
sense.
that.
No.
So if
I mean,
somebody
round
does
is more
23
logical, though, that's
and
the
somebody
thing.
does 7, I won't add it up to 30. I'm saying it's got to be in a single.
Yeah, but
I
that
think
makes more
that makes
sense.
sense. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a turn rather than a round. Yeah.
Great. Wonderful. So
Roll for stealth. I'm
You-
hiding.
He's
you're
hiding.
trying to hide.
Action to hide. I probably won't be able to hide from this lot, but
You're
You
trying
can
to
certainly
hide.
I'm
hide.
hiding behind the dead Hydra corpse.
Yeah. Wonderful. Make your stealth check.
That's 18.
18. Okay. You think you have hidden.
Cool. That's my turn.
Okay. The green, large figure. You can see that. I've just written something down here. I'm loose with my wording, and if I get something wrong on my notes, I'm just going to end up saying it and confusing myself. The green creature, you can see stealths up behind Odie.
Yeah.
He's going to attempt to make us a new stealth roll. The new check. Of last time. Yes, she doesn't see.
Yeah.
And he is...
Even though I warned?
I'll give her advantage. So what's her passive perception?
It's 15.
15. With advantage, that would be 20. I'm going to rule that she does see him coming. Giving up the pretense of stealth, then, I will make this fair. She turns around and goes, with the swords flashing, as this large green figure and just lunges at her. You can see his claws dripping with a sort of mucus and his teeth going out. He's going to make a few attacks. He is going to make a bite attack.
What?
He comes out with his teeth, which is a 16 to hit.
Oh, that's the armor class.
It does hit.
Yep.
Okay, that is going to be... So, 7 points of piercing damage.
Uh-huh.
And where's my D8? I swear David just absorbs all D8s on the table. And 7 points of poison damage.
Oh,
And Odie is now poisoned. As you watch her, as she just sort of buckles over and like manages to get rid of most of the bite, but it clips her shoulder, and you can see dripping mucus already beginning to run onto her shoulder as she cries out, "Ah!" And he's going to make 2 claw attacks against her. That is a 10 to hit and a 13 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
She buckles back and just swinging the swords around manages to hold it off as it sort of luring over her. It is Odie and Aubrey's go now, however.
Yes. Okay, so remind me, poisoned is it disadvantage on attacks for the next?
A poison creature has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh yes, it's not nice. You can see she's woozy and slightly wobbly on her feet, like as if slightly drunk.
Okay, well then she'll get out the 2 swords. Well, she's already got them out. She'll cast as her bonus action. She'll cast Hunter's Mark on the creature in front of her.
Okay, it is Hunter's Mark. Do you want to
Oh.
pop the figures, get a concentration on one on her?
Where's my concentration? I'll put them back in the bag. Why did I do that?
Actually, can I have one of those as well?
The concentration thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got a ring.
I'll have
Sorry.
the ring.
You have the ring. There. It's
You?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so
He's
that's
concentrating.
concentration. So it's disadvantage.
Yeah.
So the first attack is... Oh, it's a 9.
A 9 doesn't hit. No, she swings but almost drunkenly steps back and the blade flashes in front of this creature's arm.
Okay, second attack with the other sword. Oh, that's the same. It's a 9 again.
9 again. No,
Yeah.
unfortunately she's just swinging but like is starting to gather herself but is still not doing too well. Action, bonus action, movement.
Yeah, she's going to try and back away and she'll take the attack of opportunity.
Okay,
so she moves
So she's
to-
got 30 feet of movement.
Is it difficult terrain again? Or is it...
This is...
She's got some... Actually, no, she'll have advantage.
She's
She'll be
fine. I don't think we were doing difficult
No.
terrain,
I
were
just
we?
remember last
I don't
time
remember.
when we
No,
fought
I
the
don't.
Hydra, we did.
I'm pretty
but-
sure we weren't this
I
time.
think, yeah, no, that's fine.
Because it's light and it was pitch black last time.
There we
Was
go.
kind of
Yeah,
the
ignores
thing.
difficult terrain
Yeah.
anyway.
It's dried out
so-
a bit.
Exactly. So she is going to just sort of stumble backwards. It only gets a 9 on its attack, so she almost falls out of the way as the claw
Right,
reaches
she's going to
back
make
down.
it to this tree then.
Yeah.
Like on the back
Yeah.
of the tree.
Odie sort of comes out going, "There's something there. There's something behind us. Good goodness, Jesus, oh my paraffin," and whatever, all this sort of stuff.
Hey, you
She
got
collects
comfort.
herself and comes back into Aubrey. You hear Odie now. She's closer to
I
you.
know, but I have only
She's
eyes.
not trying to whisper.
Eyes for Regulus. So, Now, let me just double check. So I couldn't remember last time. So it's 5, 10, 20. Oh, yeah, I can get to him.
Yeah.
So.
How was that a question?
No, it's important. So, I'm going to describe what I want to do. You can tell me if I can do it.
Okay.
I would like to fly at him.
Okay.
And grab him as almost like a suplex sort of move and just shout, going up, and use the rest of my movement to fly up whilst grappling him.
Okay. So, are you going to try and persuade him, or are you just doing that?
Oh no, I'm just doing it. I'm not
Okay.
It doesn't strike me that this is consensual.
You are not raging at the moment, are you?
No.
I don't think.
No, I'm not raging.
Would you like to rage?
I would love to rage.
Okay, great. What would you like the lightning? You just about could strike the Hydra from that distance if you wanted?
I would like to strike him if possible.
Okay, so you want to lightning him as you approach?
Yes.
Got ya. Okay, fine. So you go up to him. Now, with your first attack, I'd like you to make a grapple check for me, please. So make an attack. Attack roll with your fists, effectively. An unarmed attack, which is just your proficiency and your strength.
Yeah, so that's +7. That is a 16.
16 doesn't hit. Unfortunately, you don't, with the first attack, you sort of swing over, he sort of stumbles back and goes, "What are you... Get off me!" with the axe sort of like swinging and like, "Traitors in our midst!"
I'm going to do that again then.
Okay.
Try.
Not want to go reckless?
Yeah, why not? Fuck it.
This time you envelop him in a bear hug.
You're such an enabler.
Oh yeah, it's an unnatural 20.
Natural 20. This one connects. Now you are grappled with him. It took 15 points of movement. Mm-hmm. Now, he... I think so. Or grapples...
He's going to be heavy.
Creature speed becomes 0. Now, you can drag somebody...
Into the air.
Into the air. Now...
Where's that on the screen?
This is the case. This is not your strength. This is the strength of the magical item. So, we're just going to have a look at this. This is good.
Yeah.
I like this.
Going up! Come on!
What was it called again?
Wings of Flying.
Wings of Flying. I'm going to see if it's got a weight limit to it. While wearing this cloak, you can use an action to speak its command word. This turns the cloak into a pair of bat wings or bird wings on your back for 1 hour until you repeat the command word as an action. The wings give you a flying speed of 60 feet. Now, I read that. It doesn't have any weight limitation. I read that, but it is giving Aubrey a flight speed, and therefore Aubrey's stats are the ones that are using effectively. It's like a magic carpet, for instance, has a weight limit. A broom has a weight limit. This doesn't.
Yep.
So I'm going to rule...
It's like it's your wings that are connected to your body.
So I would like you to make a contested strength check, an athletics check, as you attempt to drag him into the air. He's going to resist you.
And I've got advantage because I'm raging.
You do. So he gets, oh, that's not a bad bonus for him. Oh, it's only a 12.
Oh, that's a 25.
25.
Going
You
up.
just, and you just, as you drag him upwards.
Yes.
And you are now, so it takes half your movement, so you can drag him 20 feet into the air on this turn.
That's fine. Come up with me, my friend.
Okay, so you are now 20 feet into the air. Now,
And,
do you want a bonus action him?
Yes, please.
Right, it does auto damage because you're grappled, so roll that damage.
Bollocks. 1.
1. You can see the lightning and him sort of spasming in his muscles, but he's just like, "What? Get off me!" As he's sort of like, he's got one axe in one hand and he's trying to break free with the other, but he's
do that if I were
struggling at the moment. Yeah. So,
that's my turn.
okay, it is now Regulus's turn. So he has a two-handed weapon.
He does.
He's fighting the grapple. I would give him disadvantage of an attack with a two-handed weapon whilst grappling. Would he attack? You're recklessly doing it. Would he try and kill you, or would he try and escape? He's only 20 feet up. He's going to try and break through. So he's going to use his first attack.
Do it.
I'm just checking these guys have... No, he's going to use his action to contest the grapple. So another athletics check. It's 23.
Oh, fuck my life. That is only a 15, but I'm going to use Lucky on him.
Okay.
So it's a 15 you have to beat.
Natural 1.
Hey!
So, he spends his turn fighting. Oh, get off me! He actually drops the axe in order to try and get both his hands to like break the grapple, but he's just like and you're just like easily just like flexing and keeping him in.
Yeah.
Theren, you see this. You see Aubrey literally just drag.
It's like
Regulus into the air, and he's physically straining under his plate armor, and Aubrey is just holding him, going up and up. The lightning now
I am the knight.
rising, almost like sort of Storm from X-Men, you know, with that sort of lightning wrapped around her, the wings, sort of bat-like, would you say?
They are definitely
As
bat-like.
she just raises into the air.
Bat-like.
But that is your turn.
Let's get closer to Perith.
White creature.
Ah.
Unfortunately, he can see you. He couldn't see Vincent particularly well because he'd stealthed at the end of last turn. He comes up to you, Brooker, and again does a similar thing.
Does he make it the
Breaking
whole way?
cover of the trees.
Does he?
The whole way.
He can move 30 feet.
Yeah, he will be able to.
5, 10, 15, yeah.
30 feet. I'm very sorry.
How big
As
he is.
again,
Hello.
the first thing you notice is just a putrid stench as you look around and just pustules on him. You can see boils and burns and just this horrible face that's like half as big as your entire skull coming down. He'll attempt to very lazily bite you.
Oh.
23 to hit.
That does hit.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. So, you are poisoned.
Okay.
You take 7 points of piercing damage
7 points.
and 7 points of poison damage.
Okay.
And he is going to attempt to claw you twice as well. That is a 20 to hit
Hits.
and a 12 to hit.
That does not.
That does not hit. So, the claws rake into you, and again, with each wound, the sort of poison splashes into you more. That's 14 points of slashing damage
Oh,
and 8 points of poison damage.
bloody hell.
As this creature just descends on you, and he's starting to rip, and he takes you back, and you're fending him off as best you can, but it's big and it moves fast, and you are not equipped for close combat. It just is suddenly on you.
I've got to make a concentration saving throw for each of those.
2, yes,
So
2
14
checks.
to beat 14.
He
first
didn't
one.
do more than 20 damage in a hit.
It's
So
10, right?
because it's
It's
blended
halved.
damage.
Ah,
So make two DC 10 checks.
Nope, it's gone.
Oh, fuck.
The flames extinguish.
God damn.
Out. You can see the Hydra is flailing around in the middle. But that is his turn. Vincent. Vincent sort of looks around and goes, "Oh bugger! Oh Brooker! He is going to.
Come on, Vincent. He's got daggers.
Come on, white Snoop Dogg.
He's going to rush up with a dagger, and he's just going to attempt to stab into. Actually, no. I said I was going to leave these guys to you. What is Vincent going to do? You
He's
tell me.
probably going to rush up with a rapier because that's stronger than a dagger.
Do it.
So it's because normally we're doing
Forget
that
what he
long
has.
range. That's the problem, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Okay. So roll his attack.
Do you want
Sure. That would be 17.
17 hits.
Yeah, come on,
Okay,
Vincent.
Let's sneak attack.
Sneak attack.
to? So,
How many sneaks does he get? 3.
do you need a
He's alright.
So that's 10 plus
8
4
damage?
plus 4.
18.
18.
Good work, Jack.
18 points of damage.
Then
Okay. You watch as he just comes up and just through the gut of his creature, the rapier just stabs through. You see it sort of like wince and tense. The attack's on you, momentarily stopping. As the rapier gets pulled out without reaction, and then poison splashes
Oh, no.
everywhere from the wound. Unfortunately, both you and Vincent take 6 points of poison damage as it splashes. The rapier just ripping it out of him accidentally. You see Vincent stumble back. Ah! Oh, good God!
Oh,
His
Don't do
hat-
that! Don't do that!
His hat is burning, like holes in it. Oh no!
So that is his action.
bonus action,
Better heal yourself.
disengage.
Yep, disengage. He's used about 10 feet of his movement.
Yeah, so he's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20 over here.
Alright, out of the way.
Goodbye. You
Good.
got this.
Okay, Vulcan. He sort of is looking up at Aubrey. He goes, "Ah! Traitors! We will deal with you later! Kill the Hydra!" And then he's just going to make 3 attacks on the Hydra. So this is for him.
Oh, this is a regular battle royale now, isn't it?
It is. This is going everywhere. I'm intrigued to see
At a crossroads,
where this goes.
me, Regulus.
2 of those hit. So he is going to make some attacks. not great. We can re-roll those. That's good. Okay, so 10, 15, 19, 24, 29, and then he's going to...
That's the head gone.
Is he going to smite?
I think he should smite.
I think
He's very good at that.
He's going to smite twice, yeah.
Smite.
He's not in the best of moods. 29,
He's not in the best.
34, 38, so 42 damage total to the Hydra as you see him slice another one of the heads and again cauterizing it with a sweep of his flaming greatsword that bursts into flames, leaving a hot, wincing heat. Even Theren, from your distance, you just sort of have to step back as this flame just angrily spills out of his sword. So that is...
Oh well.
Hello properly. The camera had switched itself off. That's unfortunate, but it's fine. You just missed our faces. You can still see everything in the combat. That's the important thing. That's all good. So, Vulcan, that was his action. His bonus action, he is going to... I don't think he's got a spell up at the moment, so he's going to cast... what's it called again? The +2 AC spell.
Shield of
Shield
Faith.
of
Shield of
yeah.
Faith. He'll cast Shield of Faith around himself. But that's his spells all gone. So, okay.
He's got
That's
shield
what he's
next
going
to
to do. He's got a shield next to him. Fantastic. It is now Theron's go. You're
Theren-
watching this unfold. This creature has just come out and Bruca is looking like pummeled and splashed in poison. You can see it burning as he winces back.
Okay, Theren is going to yell at Bruca, Master Bruca, behind me! And he is going to get as close as he can. So it's 5, 10, 15, 20, so I can get about there.
You can get a little further than
Yeah,
that.
he is.
I want to
One
know
more
if I
5 feet.
can fire an Eldritch Blast at this guy.
So if you stand there, you are in melee range with the other creature, so
Yeah,
it will give
so-
you disadvantage.
Can I do it there and it'll be alright?
I mean, you'd
don't
be in
wanna
range
attack this
of
guy.
Bruca as well. It's just,
Yeah.
what do you aim to do?
I can't hit this guy because then Bruca will go down. So,
So you're gonna try.
Theren is going to Eldritch Blast this guy.
Okay, make your attacks.
Nice. Right, not great. First one's a 15.
Hits.
Second one is 11.
Doesn't.
Great.
So roll your damage.
4.
4 points of damage.
That is
The
true,
blast
yes.
streaks off his shoulder. Again, that same explosion of poison sort of pot, you're just flailing off him like a sprinkler. But the wound's already beginning to close and it's sort of snarling around and snapping. You can see him sort of like looking, his eyes darting around the battlefield, but again, his eyes focusing on Bruca by this other creature. That is now... Versus your action, your movement, anything else you want to do?
Sadly, no.
No.
Okay. We now go down to Blackstar.
Ooh.
Finally.
Blackstar sort of looks at everything happening and you watch him move behind that tree there and disappear.
Hate this prick so much.
Damn rogues.
Nobody has passive high enough to see that. So, let's just check exactly what it would be. That would be... Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay.
It's gonna be good.
It is now the Hydra's turn. The Hydra would have got an attack of opportunity against you there, and that is a good point because you moved out of its range. It's got a 10
Oh.
feet.
Yeah, it's 10
I
feet.
didn't realise I was in range. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
unfortunately, it gets one for a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Damn.
So concentration check. If you've got a spell up, that's 15 piercing damage. As a head snaps onto your shoulder
What do I need
and
to beat?
rips.
10.
10
Oh, sorry, my constitution.
saving throw.
Okay.
You do it?
Yeah, 11. I'm fine.
11. You're fine. All that extra bonus.
Paladins.
Very good. As you sort of wrap around, it is going to.
Can't interrupt to this.
Did
It
you say
wants to
10?
move.
Oh, how much damage?
A 15 points of damage. The Hydra is going to attempt to... It wants as many targets in range as it can with its heads. So he's going to make a bite attack against Claudia, who doesn't look very good. That is going to hit.
Goodbye, Claudia.
And where is the damage dice?
Just thinking about Claudia Winkleman.
That's what I think it is. That's what I think it is.
Takes 7 points of damage.
Keep down.
You know, actually, it's going to stay there and attack. It's taken fire damage. It's only got 3 heads now. It's not doing the best, so it's going to attack her again. Yep, that hits, and it will kill her immediately. And the third attack, you can see, as another head gripes, it just grabs the corpse of Claudia, and 2 heads just begin ripping at it and feeding. Her body dragged up from the ground. She already had a death saving throw from before. She takes another 2. Unfortunately, she is dead. As you see her corpse, the fang just ripping into her torso, blood spilling everywhere as it's flailing around as the hide just lifts it and starts to consume her body. So, it is now Claudia's turn. Oh no. We go to Brooker. What are you going to do? Everything is on you.
Don't say that!
Everything's not
You've got a
on,
dead
it's fine.
hydra behind you, you've got this creature in front of you.
Action to disengage.
Yay!
Okay, that movement.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 because I'm a wood elf.
Very good.
Oh, I'm a wood elf.
Bonus action. Now, I'm going to ask you this.
Yeah.
You know my bonus action, Balm of the Summer Court?
Yes.
Can I target myself with that, do you think?
Yeah, easily. Yeah, no, of course you can.
Easily.
Easily. I'm gonna...
So that is 4, brain not working, 9, and I get 3 temporary hit points.
Okay, fantastic. You can see, Brooker, you run, and already just, you sort of kind of fall on the tree and use it to support you.
Yeah.
And the bark of the tree seems to sort of meld softly and absorb your hands. Your hands maybe 2-3 inches into the bark as you feel energy just sort of pulse from the natural life. You see the tree almost sort of bends over to protect you as you gain some health. You feel yourself just sort of coming back.
Thanks, tree.
You are still poisoned for now, but not for too much longer. The green one. You can see the corpse of Claudia. That's all it's sort of paying attention. Bruker's disappeared. It sort of snarls as he disappears. It is going to... How badly injured does Odie look?
She took 14 points of damage.
She's over half.
She's fine.
Over half.
She didn't hit him at all, that's the issue.
It is going to move about 10 feet forward, just to the side of the tree. And it's just going to another 5 feet forward. And it's just going to watch and wait the combat. It's going to take the dodge action.
Okay.
And it seems like it's assessing, just watching the battle, not wanting to get involved. You watch, however, as the wounds that your Eldritch Blast inflicted stitch up and more boils appear. It appears to have regenerated somewhat. Odie, what would you like Odie to do?
What would Odie do?
I'd say she'd probably want to join the cadre of allies over here.
Yeah.
That'd be smart if she can.
Yeah. She
Yeah,
can.
she
I'm
can
just, yeah.
Hop over that thing.
Climb over the dead hydra.
Excuse me, sorry, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, just walk over the dead thing.
You can see Vulcan is just like furious looking at the corpse of Claudia, and it's just like, just slicing. Kill it! It will burn!
Just trying to think. So, because I'm guessing if I go
The
around
poison
this,
has now worn off on Odie, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Oh.
You see her take a couple of breaths. It's now the green one's had a go. So.
She's pretty acrobatic. Surely she can just...
Well, no, I was either thinking getting up into the tree, but I do have daggers, so I might just throw some daggers at
You
her.
can try and climb the tree. Could do that.
Fuck it. I'm going to climb the tree and
Okay.
go up the tree.
Make an acrobatics check,
Sure.
as we are in the heat of combat.
I can do a bit of healing.
Oh, an acrobatics check. Phew.
So I'll try
I
and
misread that for
figure
a
out
second
bit.
then. That's a 12.
12. Alright, so she'll move at half speed. She's now sort of 15 feet off the ground, but is climbing the tree. But her hands, she has to sheathe her swords, and she's now sort of climbing.
Then I'll...
That's her action. and movement.
So, okay. Yeah, that's all I will do then. I'll just go up the tree, try to get away from this creature.
Okay, fantastic. You see that she's actually starting to reach the canopy now, though, so next turn, she might be able to actually stabilise her position, but for now she's climbing. Aubrey.
Excellent. Hello. So, I heard an order to kill the Hydra. I will. I will move I will move up to, so it's about 15 feet or so to the Hydra, but I want to go up 50 feet. So you basically use my full...
So you have 60 feet of movement.
Yep.
Using the diagonal rule.
Yep.
So effectively the first one would be 5 feet,
yep.
The next one would be 15 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So you've moved 15 feet to go 10. So move your position 10 feet closer to the Hydra.
Yep.
And you're carrying someone.
I am.
So you've moved 30 feet of movement then. You're still 20 feet above. You're close to the ring. This Hydra can almost reach you even from there, but you're above it. And then you can go another 15 feet up, so you're 35 feet.
Yep, 35 feet.
Unless you want to use your action to dash.
Nope, 35 feet is good, and I'll just be like, bon voyage, and drop Regulus onto the Hydra.
Nice.
Oh, but then obviously, Storm's aura as he disappears down.
Yeah, it doesn't take an action to drop him. So you could dash and go up if you want.
Perfect, yes then.
I just
definitely.
So dash up. You're now 65 feet in the air.
Perfect.
And you drop him. He, unsurprisingly, is going to use his reaction to make an opportunity attack against you.
Do it.
In order to try and grapple you.
Do it.
To try and cling on. Natural 20.
Oh.
Grab
just holding onto our leg.
Boot, get up.
Exactly. Dangling 65 feet, looking down. Ah! Is it the branches are now like hitting the two of you? You've gone through the canopy, but he's just like this Hydra. One of the heads momentarily sort of looks up and snaps at you, and then sort of goes back to what it's doing.
Can I use my bonus action?
Yeah, do it. I know the auto damage. So 3 points of
3 damage. Fuck off!
Doesn't loosen his grip, does it?
He will make a concentration saving throw. A Constitution saving throw to try and maintain his grip. Which he fails. He gets a 6. So with the lightning, he just tenses his fingers and he clamps too hard and then winces out.
My boot.
And just drops. You see him just as 65 feet's worth of falling damage of someone in plate armour thumps straight into the Hydra. So
Where's that on the books, right?
Is that on the screen somewhere?
I will give him an acrobatics check, of which he has +0.
That he lands superhero style.
This is hard, so I'm going to have a DC of 20.
So he has to natural 20.
Which he does!
I knew it!
No joke. No joke. Right. So he'll take half damage as he just sort of uses the Hydra. It kind of makes sense. It's almost like a pincushion as he slams into it. So that is 10 points of damage.
Distracted.
10 points of damage. Unfortunately, that is enough to knock him out. So he is unconscious.
Okay.
As the Hydra takes 10 points of Regulus damage. As he just thwacks into it, it just sort of winces, its legs buckles as it rips him off as he kind of falls off its head. The head already beginning to sort of thing. So he's like in a pile on the floor. Yeah, exactly. Aubrey, you're just sort of above. The lightning sort of like crackling around you. I would say this is enough to keep your rage, although you haven't attacked. This is physical and fun enough for you. So, anything else you want to do?
No,
Some movement and action. Okay, good. Regulus? It's going to make a death saving. Okay.
Okay.
Now, it is the white. Now, Odie has disappeared into a tree. Theren's not in melee range. Theren looks like he has plate armor and a sword. He sort of let this creature sort of and walks away from you. He's going to use his 30 feet of movement to go as close to the body of Regulus as he can. He's going to sort of dash in.
So that would put him about here, right?
Yeah, right in the way of Vulcan.
Oh, so in... So...
Between the two?
Yeah. So he's going to sort of come in the way of Vulcan.
Who's the tree?
He had to... Was that more than 30 feet?
5, 15...
I can't quite see the map from here. It's a little far.
It'll be just...
If it's dashing, you'll make it.
Yeah, I think he'll be round by here if he wasn't dashing.
Yeah.
Is he dashing?
You will dash.
Right, he's
So
made.
he's going to come round to the other side, so he's not no longer in... So he's going to go round Vulcan, effectively.
Right,
he
so
can
like
get
round
to the,
here,
yeah, round to the other side. and he's going to be standing by Regulus's body as already he begins to snarl down and he's beginning to pick Regulus's body up off the floor. It is now Vincent's turn. Vincent's kind of just watching this all happen. He's like, oh god, they're everywhere. And his Hydra's like, the head like snaps at him. Oh god! What would Vincent want to do?
Come on, Vinny.
Back the fuck up.
Yeah, I would say Vincent is going to put a Theren between him and danger.
That seems fair, yeah.
Actually, you could throw a dagger, then move.
Then, yeah,
Do
that's
it.
what
Now,
he's
what
going
was
to
he?
do.
What he's going to throw a dagger at?
Hydra's the only thing within
Well,
easy range.
Wouldn't it be... Oh, okay.
Well,
If it's easy
Bodhi's
range.
gone up.
20 feet
Yeah.
or 40 feet, I think, is daggers.
He's-
Hydra then, yeah, you're right. If it's snapping at him, he's going to throw a thing and back away. Do you want to roll for it?
Go for it.
Sure.
17.
17. Okay,
Oh,
that hits.
The
Yeah.
height?
You won't get sneak attack though, because I'm not in range. I'm quite high up.
But there isn't. So Vulcan is in range of the Hydra. He's been pushed back a little bit, but he's been attacking
okay.
the Hydra.
I mean,
So Vulcan is
counting
in range.
as
An ally, yeah.
It's fighting the Hydra.
He's distracted.
I would argue,
Yeah,
I'd argue it's
For the
distracting
purposes of
Hydra.
this, the Hydra is the one being flanked.
Okay.
So yeah, that's fine.
Roll
I think
those
we're
in
so
sure.
I'm
It is an
good
ally
for
in the sense that he wants
Five,
to both
five.
kill the
I
Hydra.
understand.
14.
14 damage.
14 points of
Thank you.
Vincent damage.
Thank you.
Vinny
I mean,
damage.
how many daggers would he usually have? We haven't got
Okay,
that.
the
I
dagger
six,
just
I
sort of and it strikes the creature in the eye, just the eye totally being gouged out its socket of the Hydra as it rears back. The other one looking as like blood trickles down its face, like snapping at Vincent, but already beginning to then like it doesn't know whether to fight or to like grab the body of Claudia. Already one of the heads is now sort of beckoning down and is like about to snatch the sort of the corpse of Regulus. Well, he's not a corpse technically yet. So that's his action, his movement. Anything else you want to do?
He's got his bonus action. He could have thrown his other dagger as the bonus action with his offhand.
Yeah, good enough.
Either that or hide.
Or hide.
And hide behind a tree
We
behind
could
him.
keep him
You
safe.
can't hide
Behind
behind Theren.
No.
Only halflings can do that.
Yeah, you can make it behind the tree, so why don't we just plonk him down and have him hide?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep the daggers, yeah.
Right, do you want to roll it?
Go on.
Hide.
Look at this.
20.
Ooh. Unnatural.
Natural 20. Okay. He's pretty hidden. Pretty hidden. Vulcan. Vulcan is just sort of looking around. He sees this like the corpse of Regulus sort of being picked up. He sort of looks at this creature, this large green thing that's head is already flashing up at it. And he sort of, Perif will burn you. Gah! And just still attacks the Hydra, not attempting to help Regulus. He will make 3 more attacks.
Because he's a prick.
No, because he'd rather lose the body of someone who's dead than lose his own life. That is a natural one. Oh dear. 1 hit.
Ooh,
And he's out of smites. So,
I'm all out of
The important thing is none of us attacked them apart from you.
Well,
Okay.
technically, I didn't attack the Hydra.
Also, Theren did say, look, Aubrey's alive, man.
as he
Yeah.
slashes into the torso of the creature, as it sort of winces away, it's sort of snapping. Out of curiosity, how much damage did Vincent do?
To the Hydra?
14.
Okay, great. So,
Where is it? That little hobbitses.
Vulcan, that's his... is he going to move?
Do you think maybe those are the daggers?
Maybe.
He's going to... No, he's not going to move. Theren,
Yep.
what are you going to do?
Theren is just going to hit this prick again with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay, go for it.
Because doesn't like
Good
people
attack.
hitting his allies. Alright.
Hey.
They're both going to hit. That's a 21 and more than 23.
Hits. Roll
Why?
your damage.
Great.
Roll the damage. Yes.
Alright.
Oh, I should have pointed out, sorry, the white troll, you could see its wounds are already beginning to heal
Yeah,
as well. I
figured.
should make that clear.
That is 15 points of force damage.
15 points of force damage and 2 blasts, more poison sort of and huge splashes. You can see the trees around the area beginning to already sort of rot and erode and wither away against the poison, but this creature doesn't seem to wince particularly against the blast. It's still intently focused on the fight around the Hydra. Is that your action? Movement?
Yeah. Movement. Tell you what. If I go like here, I'm going to be in range, aren't I?
It's 10 feet, the range of the Hydra.
Yeah, so
What would you
about
like to
there.
do?
I'm just going to keep just out of it.
Okay. Very good.
Excellent. Stabs me.
What's the bad's doing?
Turn.
Man's a thinking. The cogs are whirring.
That sounds like Black Star's turn to me.
Alright.
Actually, where's Blackstar going to go? Is he going to help us?
Okay, so
Tell the order?
now let me just read something.
If they are his allies.
I mean, I took away his... who
Or-
he was fighting.
But its teammates are
So it hasn't lost any
It's
since the end of its
we know
last
it's-
time. Okay,
it's-
so the 3 remaining Hydra heads are going to,
They seem organised.
having now very much sort of snapped and eaten Claudia whole, it is going to attempt to snatch the body of Regulus.
Ooh. Away from...
Why,
Yeah.
dude?
So it is aware that this thing is about to come and steal its food and is not happy. So that is so against Regulus's AC. It doesn't. You can see its bite clamping down on the armor and just like and just doesn't quite connect as it snaps. You see one of the heads go to attack this green creature. He's like snarling and like the claw doing this to fend it off. The head retreats. It doesn't attack it, and there will be 2 attacks against Vulcan as they both hit. Yes, even with that they both
Shield
hit.
of Faith, yeah.
Even with Shield of Faith, so he needs to make 2 concentration saving throws. So that is 4, 10, 20 points of damage. This Vulcan is just getting blocking the blows, but you can see they're snapping. His energy seems to be failing slightly. He's going to make 2 concentration saving throws, which he passes easily. So that is its go. Bruca.
How's Odie looking?
Odie's fine. Don't worry about her. She's in the trees. She's at one with
She's
nature.
up and away.
Great. Fine. Do I bring out the big gun?
Yes.
This
Yeah.
is
Why
big
did you need to
guns,
ask?
So, quick question, Ryan.
Yes.
We've often described Odie's Aubrey's stormy kind
Yes.
of nature.
Yes.
Would you be willing to stretch that to say that there's stormy conditions? Because you know what I'm going to do, and Call Lightning gets a bit of a boon if there's already stormy conditions. This is a bit of a stretch. I think it's because it's not naturally stormy, it's kind of magically stormy. I'd be behind you and saying
Stop
no.
trying to force him out of it.
Let him think.
I think it's me taking
Storm's
advantage.
alright, specifically because of the... I would say,
I think
and I'm going to ask this with unconnection, Fiona, how content versus angry is Aubrey feeling right now?
I am super fucking angry. That man took my axe and then dropped it unceremoniously on the ground.
Okay. Aubrey, seeing this man sort of... The storm is crackling round her. For this turn, I will allow it, yes.
Awesome. Okay.
Because you have just dumped a nemesis of yours onto a Hydra, I will allow it. Aubrey's particularly pissed off right now.
Okay. So, Bruca, smoking his pipe again, just begins swirling the top of the pipe round so that the smoke turns into a kind of tornado that kind of flies up into the air, and a 60 foot above him, there's a 60-foot radius storm just appears. So that should cover 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so it should cover.
So it covers
pretty much
everything. So 60-foot radius is 120 feet in diameter, and there's only 30 feet across the width way of that map. So you cover this whole area. Like the whole area is covered unless you want to target it away from you.
Perfect.
I think it's
Yeah.
fine.
It's got to be
Storm,
above
yeah,
me.
the wind is now, Aubrey, you feel it, and you're not particularly perturbed by it, but the whole forest begins to become
I
windy
look
and
so
stormy.
badass at this moment.
Yeah, and I'm gonna bring down a lightning bolt, not hitting Aubrey, but kind of like past her, like it's
I would
her
say
doing.
it can arc off Aubrey, yeah, easily. It sort of interferes with the, yeah, I allow that.
And land bang in the middle of all this crew, hopefully not hitting Odie.
I think
Odie's up the tree, she
Yeah.
will be alright. Okay.
So can you make a dexterity saving throw for anyone that would have hit?
Yes, that's fine. Aubrey, as a conduit of the lightning, I will let you choose one target to be the effect of Storm's aura on top of that.
Oh, that's good
So-
way of doing it.
Ooh.
So the Hydra will get a 16.
They succeed.
The green creature will get a 21. Wow,
Whoa.
these are good rolls.
Some bumps out the way.
And Vulcan gets a 16.
They will pass.
All pass.
Uh,
Okay.
Regulus is Regulus.
He's unconscious, he'll just immediately
Will
get
take
2
all
fail.
Takes 2. Okay.
Okay, right. So they'll take half damage.
What about, sorry, so did you say
Yeah,
green
the
one or
lightning
white one?
cracks in. You can see it kind of forks off Aubrey and you kind of lose slight targeting from it. It sort of arcs more powerful,
Sorry.
but in a sort of different way. Yeah, and strikes into the middle, not quite hitting all of them, but yeah.
So the normal damage is 19 halved.
So 9. So the Hydra
That's
takes...
the 3d10 of the normal spell.
Okay.
You just start smoking.
Okay, as this creature is hit, the green creature is hit, again the lightning frizzles, burning him, and again poison
Oh.
spurts out of it. It is within 5 feet.
You
It's
mean-
not within 5 feet of Vulcan, but it is 5
Yeah,
feet
the white
within the
creature.
Hydra and within
Regulus.
Regulus.
That'd
His
be
Chain
corpse-
reaction.
corpse begins to
Dude,
just
yes.
melt effectively,
Yeah.
and it just like beginning to boil and pulse. He's sort of like his eyes flat open for a second, and this black bile just sprouts from his lungs. He's pretty dead. So that is that. The Hydra will take some damage because of its adjacency to the. I don't think. It doesn't have any savings against poison. You'd think it might, but it doesn't. That's a okay.
Whoop.
Very good.
Very good.
Great.
And
Yeah, the
then-
Hydra looks pretty like burnt and like snapping around. Not particularly happy.
And then I would just bonus action one of my dice to give me a little bit more of a boost.
Give you a boost, a little pep.
No.
Nice.
6 on the dice.
Let me down.
Okay.
Oh, and I have my movement, so I'm going to move the 5, 10, 15,
He's
20,
dancing back and forth between the trees.
30.
Okay. The green creature.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of surveying the scene. Theren is a pretty nasty looking creature. Odie's gone up the tree. Vincent doesn't look particularly hurt, and Bruker is now looking a bit more in control than he was. Vulcan is looking alright. It is going to dash. It is going to dash past Theren into close combat with Bruker and Vincent. So
Oh, you shit.
it'll come around the tree, just avoiding the attack of opportunity from Theren.
Yep.
It's used its
That's-
action
I
to
got
move
it.
that far. Yeah, like that. Perfect. It's used its action. So it can't attack this turn, but it is now, in close combat with the two of you. That is now Odie and Aubrey.
Okay. Well, I'm up the tree. I'm gonna. Got my hands marked. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and throw 2 daggers at that creature. I'll probably be at disadvantage because of the length.
60 feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, be disadvantage.
Okay.
Odie in a panic, just like, oh, Benny, Benny, and throws the daggers.
Okay. So I'm gonna use my number. disadvantage. Let's say 13 to hit.
No, it doesn't hit. Unfortunately, the dagger sort of like connects with the troll, but not in a way that sort of hurts it.
Okay, I'm going to do the second one.
I keep saying troll. I'm terrible at keeping things secret. You probably guessed it.
Is it a troll?
Is it a troll?
It is a troll.
It's a
Yeah.
venom troll.
It is a venom troll.
Oh, good.
2 venom trolls,
So,
to be precise.
Fancy that.
17 at
I
disadvantage?
thought it was a bear.
17 hits.
Nice. So it's going to be... one.
Unfortunately, as the dagger strikes into his creature,
Yep.
again, a pustule of poison sprays out, coating Bruca and
It's
Vincent.
going to be...
It's 9 points of poison damage to both
Sorry.
Vincent and Bruca.
sorry, it's going to be 8 piercing damage.
8 piercing damage, alright.
And that's I'm down to 4 daggers.
Mhm.
Oh! Fuck, and... Sorry. 'Cause I forgot.
Hunter's Mark.
3 hunter's mark on the... Yeah.
Alright, yeah, this one does. Yeah, you just see, Odie watches as this dagger connects with the troll, and poison is just spurting and covering Vincent and Bruca.
My fault. Ah,
Cool lightning storm.
I'm
From
sorry.
lightning, the storm just dissipates, unfortunately.
Sorry.
Ooh,
That was unfortunate.
Aubrey. Odie, is she going up the tree further?
She's going to stay where she is in the tree.
Okay. Fine.
Right. Well, that worked. How bad does the Hydra look from my position?
Pretty bad. Pretty bad. It's lost
Pretty-
2 of its heads, its body's covered in wounds. It's very angrily, instinctually fighting about now.
I've got enough health. Fine. I'm going to shoot down towards it so I can hit it 2 times with my hand axe.
Yep, you can make it because it's quite tall, so you're now about 10 feet off the floor.
Yeah.
2 times your hand axe, go for it. Reckless?
10 feet.
Reckless.
Reckless.
So the first one
much
is
Plus,
a 24 to hit for
it'll
the
be
first
plus
one.
4. Does that change what you got?
You all right?
Maybe. Am I within 10 feet of Theren for his aura of awesome saving throws? It's
Diagonally,
15.
15 feet. I'm
Damn
sorry.
So 24 for the first hit with the hand axe, and the second one is a natural 20, so
Nice.
that makes 27.
Right, roll that damage.
Okay, so roll the first one first. So, first one, the first one is 7 points of slashing damage,
Okay, you just come in and clip one of the sides of the heads of this creature.
and then the second one is doubled. 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 2 is 14 slashing damage.
Yeah, this time you just come in and you just thunk it into the sternum of this creature as it on its neck is just bursting with blood as it instinctually is wrapping around and snapping at you, but not quite there.
That's fine, and then finally Storm's aura, that bitch.
Great Weapon Master, you could attack again with a bonus action.
Ooh,
I thought you
I
had to
have,
use a
like-
great weapon
yeah, I
for
thought I
Great
had to
Weapon
have a-
Master.
No.
Oh!
So, when you read it, I think, and double check this in Player's Handbook, but I think it's the plus 10 minus 5 has to be a 2-handed weapon.
But
But I don't think it specifies on the other bit. 'Cause I remember reading this and thinking, oh, maybe that would work in a different sort of build.
Okay.
With a pole arm, I was thinking, or something like that. But just
I
double
will-
check.
I
I might be
will-
wrong. I'm willing to be corrected.
Just-
Just because it would affect right now.
Yeah, definitely. Great weapon master. Sorry, very, very boring for people.
No, it's fine. It's important.
Great weapon master.
It's different.
Yeah, before you make a melee attack with a heavy weapon that you're proficient with, you can choose. So yeah, heavy weapon would be like
So it does specify.
yeah, but when you score a critical hit or with a melee weapon or reduce it, yeah. So it's a heavy weapon.
Okay, fine. So Storm's Aura.
Storm's aura, please.
That is a 16.
Well, in Paxton it's a 1.
Yeah, the lightning just sort of arcs off the body. Ooh, dice is gone. That's gone forever.
Excellent.
It sort of
Mine now.
just hits the body of the creature, thank you, and just sort of arcs into the ground, snarls.
Snarl back.
He is dead. The white one is going to, grabbing Regulus's body, is then going to dash
Ooh.
outside of the combat, so sort of towards 60 feet.
Hydra get an opportunity attack?
It does, but it's not going to take it.
Mm.
It's like it's learnt creatures in the forest what to eat and what not to eat.
Where's our chap going? Is it just going straight?
Go straight to you, so we'll be able to move. It's got a lot of strength, but it's wearing plate. It's going to make a athletics check just to see how it copes with that. It does all right. It moves 60 feet away
Okay, off the map then.
off the map with the body of Regulus.
Goodbye.
Yeah. As it lumbers off. And he gets some of his health back as well, regenerating. Vincent. This other creature is now like, sort of like,
Sorry.
oh god, it's back, it's back, it's back!
Bonus action disengage.
Yep.
He's gonna run the fuck away.
Yes.
That's there.
Bravely.
Yeah.
So
Brave
30,
runs
he's 30
away.
feet, 5, 10.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 upon there.
Okay, so it's his bonus action. Anything with his action?
He's gonna throw a knife at the Hydra.
Throw a knife at the
Nice.
Hydra.
Is that what you were thinking?
Yeah.
Right, Vulcan
If
is
you'd
still in
done
melee
anything
range.
to him, I'd be dead.
Don't worry.
Oh.
That's not gonna hit.
Natural one.
No, unfortunately
No,
not.
3.
No.
3. Oh,
Loser deck.
Vulcan is going to attempt to finish the thing.
come on, Vulcan.
First attack.
Yeah.
He's a dick.
First attack hits.
You
11.
might get all the experience.
Does it? So he comes in, and with one swipe, he cleaves a head off, and then sort of turning his greatsword into like a sort of inverse grip, stabs it through the body of the sort of the creature, and just Hydra just sort of blood spurting everywhere. Its body almost seemingly collapsing. His head's trying to sprout out of its sternum, out of its the regeneration goes out of control, and almost like suffering from a cardiac arrest. The thing just like a spider, the head's knocked round and it collapses to the floor.
Woohoo! Yay! Good job. I don't shout.
Looking up at you, Aubrey,
Oh no, I'm 10 feet off the
he
ground.
spits onto the ground.
Ooh.
You will suffer for attacking the hand of God. And he comes up to you, and he's going to make 2 attacks with you. With a great sword, 10 feet above the floor, he can just about hit you.
Are you like that?
Yeah,
He's-
I'm almost above it, yes.
Oh, he's quite short.
Oh no,
No, 10 feet above the ground. No, he can do
He-
that.
he
Yeah,
can
it's
jump
5
off.
feet away.
That's a
So
great sword.
he can do that. So he's going to make 2 more attacks against you. That is a 10 to hit,
No.
and that is a 26 to hit.
I'm going to use my last luck to make you re-roll that.
That is a 21 to hit.
Okay, well that does kind of fit.
That is
And technically it would be reckless, I will say, because I attacked recklessly on the Hydra. I don't know if that...
Oh, that's true. So
That first
let me
one.
roll those again
Yeah, sorry,
because yeah, right. So with
Why did you use a
advantage,
luck then?
yeah, with
I
advantage.
forgot. I
The
forgot.
first attack.
This first attack.
He's terrible. It only gets a 12 to
It
hit.
doesn't hit.
With that is a natural 20, and the other attack is a 26 with an advantage. So the second one is going to crit you.
Right, but I'd use that luck on that one as it is.
All right. So see if he crits again. No, he doesn't.
Sweet.
So he still hits one attack.
That's fine.
That is a 14 points of slashing damage. 14 points of slashing damage, halved to 7. As he clips your legs with the sword, and coming up, you feel a lot of strength and a sharpness to his sword. As you look down and see him just staring down at you, you will burn. Holy fire will consume you.
Yes, I hear this all the bloody time.
That is Vulcan's turn.
Oh.
Theren. He looks over to you. If you want to save any reputation you have with the Order, subdue that woman!
Lol.
Theren
Your moment.
is going to... Hang on a minute. Yeah. Theren is going to turn to Vulcan and scream at the top of his lungs, Vulcan, you are messing with my family! And he is going to run at him, Hexblade's curse on the way,
Okay.
and stab him.
Do it. Right, Hexblade's Curse, that's on him now.
Yeah.
Make your movement. God, it's so cluttered around there, I love it.
It's like...
I love
Get
it.
rid of some.
I'm going
Yeah,
to move
let's
Claudia out of the
But
way.
this is good, the body is still in the way. The Hydra is massive. It is a
We're just moving.
huge monstrosity,
We're
right?
just moving
This thing it is clogging up the battlefield, but you come in, make your attacks.
Come
Right.
on, do it. Super advantage.
I don't think it's going to be super advantage.
If
it's
not,
just-
because you got your thing on, haven't you?
No, that's extra armor for me.
Never mind.
3.
26.
26. Yeah, that hits.
Sweet.
Unless you weren't sure.
So this prick's about to get smited.
Yes! Yes!
Right, so
Redemption.
that is. Oh no, I have all the d8s I need.
Make a religion check
Oh, okay.
against
no.
Vulcan's AC.
Ooh.
As you attempt to summon the divine courage to smite somebody of the order.
Oh,
13.
No.
You can't bring yourself to smite him. I'm sorry.
Eight.
As you're
Oh,
running
wow.
in, there's a moment where you see the sign of Perif around his neck, and you go, oh, and you just don't feel that divine connection. As it just like flicks for a second, but you attack anyway. You get the attack off.
16 points of damage.
Well, that's still good, right? Vulcan just sort of comes and he just sort of like there's a moment where he goes and like catches you with the sword, but you still manage to stab down the side of his armor, bringing it back. Second attack.
So, oh yeah, I can do 2 of those.
You can.
I'm so wrapped up in the moment. 22.
22. Do you want to try again?
What?
Make a religion
Smiting?
check.
Yeah, I do.
Come on.
No,
No.
that's even
You're
worse.
just like you're trying to bring that holy energy, but it's not that it's abandoned you, but you just can't. It's painful and focusing is tough
Cool.
right now.
15 points of damage.
15 points of damage. All right. Yeah, you get 2 good blows on him. The second one, you just sort of punches through, just where the sort of the plate meets the hip, and the sword sinks maybe 3 inches into his side as he pulls himself out. It's like, damn you, traitor! I should have known you would have been like your father.
Ooh, whoa.
Whoa! Whoa! Process later. Ask questions later.
That's it. Yeah, that's
Okay. That is Theren's go.
Woohoo!
Alright.
They're looking to those spells.
He would. Distracted by the momentary onslaught
Oh,
of
he's
Theren,
coming.
Black Star, you see him appear behind Vulcan, just with the short sword spinning in his hand with a flourish. He goes to stab into his back.
Yeah!
He gets advantage because he has not been seen. So that is a... What is the attack? Only a... Still hits. Oh, by the way, he lost his divine shield. So that does hit. Yeah, he failed the concentration check. So that is... That's a lot of damage. 11, 16, 25, 28 points of damage.
Whoa! Do not mess with Black Star.
Yeah, you just see the blade puncture through Vulcan and just stab out the front of him as he spitting on the ground as you feel divine, like, it's not even divine force, it's just flames and fire and like anger building, and as the blade is pulled out as you hear that voice, evening. Oh no, it wouldn't be, it would be afternoon. To clarify.
Top of the morning.
Hydra is dead. Bruca.
I strongly suggest that should disengage.
You have this creature sort of leering over you.
Come on. Destroy it.
Its arms already beginning to like just lean towards you.
Yeah, I'll be boring. Play the Benny Hill game. Action
going,
disengage.
Yep.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
You can go through them
You
some
can go
space.
through
That's
them.
fine.
30, 35.
Alright.
And
Action disengage. Anything in bonus action?
oh, too bummed. Some caught myself.
Yeah, don't blame you. Don't blame you. It's been a rough day for all involved.
Rough day.
Okay, so that is good. Right, that's my turn.
What'd you get?
11.
11.
Nice.
Okay. This other green creature, the troll, the venom troll, sort of like his arms sort of grab out for you and sort of looks, he kind of almost goes to go towards you but sort of sees the crowded party in that area and he's going to move back round to that central tree in the middle of the 5.
This one.
Yeah, and he's going to sort of stand behind it and again using it as cover, he takes the dodge action and he's going to just watch things. And we're seemingly looking to see if any more prey could be snatched for his dinner.
Nice.
But that is another 10 done, so he's regenerating all the while. Odie and Aubrey. Odie, you are now... Odie's sort of about 15 feet up the tree, or did you move higher? I can't remember.
No, I stayed at that height.
15 feet up the tree.
I know I did this last time, but is that too far of a gap to jump into this tree? Oh, first of all, did I see this creature move?
You can certainly try.
Okay. I guess
Yeah, she
thought
would
she'd
have done.
move.
She would have seen the creature.
And I would actually I know where it is because I found the spot. Yeah, I'm going to try and jump to that tree and hope for the best.
Okay.
15-foot jump.
Are you
From a
sure about
tree,
this?
make an athletics check.
Athletics.
Or an acrobatics, one of
I
the
was
two.
going to say acrobatics.
It's quite far.
And it's far. Ooh, that's a 6.
Odie just begins to jump out of the tree and slips and crashes to the floor prone. So that's
Fine.
15 feet of her movement. She's
Yep.
going to take some damage.
Christ,
4
she's not
points.
dry as well.
It's
4
fine.
points of bludgeoning damage.
And
She could. Oh, bugger!
And then a concentration check is an 8. Is it Constitution? It's a 9, so I won't
No,
go.
unfortunately, Hunter's Mark disappears.
Good to know.
But she's still got 15 points of movement. She's got her action still.
Sweet. I get up.
Yep.
Using the rest of the movement. And I will try and throw a dagger at the creature if I can.
Okay. Yep. Make the attack.
Yeah, I've got 4 daggers left, so first attack. Well, yeah.
2 attacks.
Yeah, 2 attacks. First attack is that does hit. That is a 28 to hit.
28. Yeah. Unerringly, the dagger clips the top of this creature's head,
And then the second attack will
bursting
be
like a huge wheel that pops. The second one thudding into its throat again as the dagger gets pushed out immediately from the pressure of the poison that, like a dam has been unleashed that quickly seals up.
And then the second attack was 19 to hit.
Yeah, both hit.
Okay.
Roll your damage.
I will.
Am I still poisoned, by the way?
No, not anymore.
Okay, cool.
Beginning of the creature's turn.
13 points of damage, piercing damage.
Okay, 13 points of piercing damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, the daggers, it sort of like winces as it sort of backs up behind the tree. Technically, these would have been made a disadvantage. I'm not going to make you roll them again because, quite honestly, I can't be bothered. I should have remembered.
It's fine.
Aubrey. You see the sort of commotion happen sort of alongside you and behind you, but you also see this troll sort of scouting around behind the party.
It's too far away, I can't do anything about that. I am just going to...
You've got 60 feet of movement.
Yeah,
You
but...
could easily get there.
I like fighting this guy. Yeah, because I didn't see much of this fight
Axe is
before.
also on the floor about 20 feet behind you.
you.
Just as a temptation. I'm going to put it on the
are
map
you?
just so you know where it is.
Ooh, there's a gold one. That's
Because
nice.
I think that's important.
I think it's
very important.
No, this guy tried to hurt me, so I'm going to recklessly attack with my hand axe twice.
Do it.
I'm going to do it.
Make your attacks.
Okay, so the first one, it's reckless. First one is a 24 to hit,
24 to hit. Hits.
and the second one is a 23 to hit.
They both hit. Now,
Yes.
he has 22 health left.
I don't think I'll get him.
Roll damage. See what happens.
I'm not gonna get it. I need 2 like 6s. It's 5, so 9 on the first one.
Plus your rage.
Oh yeah, it's, okay, 11. Oh, right,
Okay.
maybe I will. No. 6, 8, so
19.
19, and then yeah, Storm's Aura.
So,
Yes.
hang on. Right, no. This is confusing. So
Yeah.
11 on the first hit.
11 on the first hit,
And then on the second.
then 2, 4, 8. So 2, 6, 8 on the second.
Right.
So 19
So
total.
19 total.
Yes.
Okay. He's on 3 health.
Okay.
He is just like being hit with the axe just funks into his shoulder. He goes down to 1 knee. Ah!
Yep, Storm's Aura. So, so dexterity saving throw. So it could easily be a 1.
Just so you can see.
Oh,
He has a +3.
okay. So 7.
7. Fails.
Hey!
It's gone.
Okay.
Hope it wasn't important.
So,
I say.
The axe thuds in, and with a conduit of lightning, just crackles down the hand axe, hitting Vulcan. You see him drop to his knees, dropping the sword as he just locks in on the sky. And then just collapses backwards, hitting the floor. Now, technically, he is not dead.
No.
He is unconscious. So,
Good. Theren wants words.
But, yeah.
we're not out of initiative just yet. So, that is Aubrey's go. Anything she wants to do?
Oh, yeah.
Still
but
got her
I now
movement?
go, phew, right. And I'll fly towards my axe.
Yeah, using movement, so if you can
That's
15, about 25 feet of movement to get the axe.
Yeah,
You sort of swoop down, pick it up, you've kind of used about 30 feet, I'd say, to do that.
Yeah, and that's it. I'll end my
You
turn
don't
now.
have to keep the dice on
No,
it.
I do.
You've got the
No,
axe.
I do.
It's like in your hands
You
again
put it there
now.
as a temptation.
I did.
And now it's there.
And
Yes.
suddenly you have it again.
I
It's
have
almost
it.
like it worked.
Oh,
Okay.
that's my whole turn.
That troll is just running. Vincent, right now, is going to just sort of like move up to Theren. I'm going to sort of take his control of his moves and sort of go, Odie, you're right! And sort of looks down at the bodies of like the order members and goes, oh! Right. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? We killing him?
Fight the troll. It is still our enemy.
And he sort of whips round. But, okay. And he is going to...
Theren is also going to laugh. Don't get close.
Right. And so
I think
down
he
his
knows.
sword.
Did very well.
Right, well, okay, right. And he's just going to stand by, he's going to take the dodge action. Because
If in
quite
doubt,
honestly,
yeah.
when in doubt, dodge.
That's the Vincent motto.
Natural 20 on the death saving throw.
No!
Okay.
Damn it!
Now, does he wake up on 1 or does he wake up on
We've
0?
done it, so he does, no, he does wake up on 1.
Wake up on 1.
Because Odie woke up on her 20.
And Theron's just going, nope.
Sleep now.
Technically, you still have that luck left.
No, I don't. I used
No,
it.
she.
I used it.
Because we redid it, didn't we?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
but I only
you
had.
You did it with the calculation.
Of course you did. So I'm just being fair.
No, you're very kind, but no.
He wakes up on 1 health.
Woo-hoo. Maybe he pretends to be asleep. That's great.
That changes so much.
Does it?
Yeah.
Is that the end of
He-
his turn?
I'm in his face.
No, I think he starts his turn. I just double check the player's handbook. Sorry, this is important.
it's okay.
I want to, because this will change
What he does.
quite drastically what he does.
Look how old tense we've got. Alright, so.
No. Oh.
Where's death in this? Death instant monsters now. Saving throws. Saving throw. Death. See death saving throws. I just did that. And you guys can also look as well.
You've got the book.
You've got
You've got D&D Beyond.
What are we looking up again?
What happens if you roll
Death
Right.
saving throws is 197.
Death saving.
It's only fair that we check this.
Natural
What's
20.
And are we checking if it's at the beginning or the end of his turn?
Yeah, we're
When
checking
you
that. We're
start your
checking
turn
one
on
of the...
0 hit points, you must make a special saving throw called a death saving throw to determine whether you weakness, level, health, life. You're at the hands, and now if you roll, you don't see number of points just at 0.
There you go. That one.
It just says at the start of your turn with 0 hit points, you must make a special saving throw.
Yep.
So it'll be the start of his turn.
And it says rolling...
Rolling a 1 or a 20.
Yeah.
On a natural 20, you regain 1 hit point.
Alright, so it's the start of his turn, he's back on his feet.
So he starts the turn on 1 health.
Yeah, instant save.
His eyes sort of flutter open just for a moment. You see blood just pumping out of his mouth as he just stares up at you, Theren.
Yeah.
Your father will know about this. And just with one swig, he takes a potion just out of his belt, flicks the top,
Oh my
drinks it, and collapses back as his body, as you genuinely go to
Can I
grab
not make
him.
any sort of reaction against
Make
that?
it, yeah. What are you trying to do?
I want to either like smash the potion out of his face or just stab him.
Yeah,
before he
make
can
a
do it.
dexterity check. It is on his turn, so just try. Make a dexterity check.
Natural 20.
Oh my god! That could have ended badly.
You just, with a natural 20, you just grab it straight out of his hand as he... Fuck you.
As I grab it, I go, we're not done.
I'm going to take a break there.
No!
Thank you very much. So, I've got some setting up to do because this has moved fast. I need to take stock. Sorry again for the camera at the beginning. It's fine. You honestly didn't miss anything. This is where it's all happening. So until then, exactly, it's all good. It's not his fault. It's not his fault. It just happens. One of these things. So, see you in a second. Welcome back. You find yourselves huddled around the fallen figure of High Inquisitor Vulcan, his sword lying by his side, flat on his back, panting, coughing blood, staring intently at Theren, who in one hand holds an unstoppered flask of that smooth, cloudy, white liquid. It seems to almost sort of effervesce out of just uncontrollably out of this flask, almost as if the whole thing was evaporating within seconds, but seemingly the liquid not disappearing or reducing in figure at all. He sort of looks up at you. You've killed members of the Order. You are a haven against Perith. You will burn in the seven hells for what you have done here, boy. Your father will find out. What have you done with Kasaki? Is she dead too?
It was still initiative, or can I just react?
Okay, just react.
Theren holds the flask out for Vincent to take.
He sort of like takes. Right.
Shall I?
Do you want me to?
Just keep hold of it.
Oh, right. He sort of just steps it to his side. Odie just sort of like backs up to the party. By the way, this whatever that thing is over there, big poisony, pustuley thing, still watching us, and you can see it's sort of about 30 feet away, just sort of.
I'll go scare it off, and I'll walk within kind of like 35 feet of it,
Yeah.
and just produce flame and just stare at it with like flames kind of flicking on my fingers.
Make an intimidation check.
Ooh. I am not good at those. I'm half-arsing it. 5.
I'll take
You get within 35 feet and you start to like the flames sort of engulfing you. You sort of do that, but the concentration, and you sort of doing the spell, you lose concentration on the creature just for a moment, and you realise it started to come out of its hiding place, almost as if it was going to come towards you and jump on you, and you go, whoop, and pull yourself back slightly. You don't think it's had the quite desired effect, but then it sort of skulks back behind the tree. Hasn't moved anywhere.
I'll just keep an eye on it.
Alright, fine. You've got your eyes intently staring on it.
Keeping my eyes on Vulcan, Theren sort of addresses Black Star. He goes, "This one is mine. We have unfinished business. Do not get in the way of this."
I understand. You may have your fun. He sort of looks around. Certainly draw attention to yourselves, don't you? I'd say you weren't tricky to find, but quite honestly, I think anyone could have found you today. He seems to sort of like pull his head back, and you can see sort of like very slicked back black fur, two beady black eyes, sort of looking at you, sort of a cat-like smile.
Theren puts his boot on Vulcan's sword hand.
Yeah. You can see his sword now is just sort of by his side, like out of his grip. And you see Vulcan's like hand just sort of grips your like the bottom of your boot. It doesn't try and push you off, but like there's a certain like, I'm not letting you do it again. You're not in control of me. There's a sort of like a battle of like willpower here.
Theren spins back claw around so it's in a backhanded grip. Stands over, holds the blade out. Tell me, how many people were in Jindaly's Rest?
9. All of them deserve to die for helping these criminals. You forget our purpose, Theren. They trade illicit drugs. They bring artifacts from the dark to bring another cataclysm. They deserved everything they got.
I backhand him the same way he backhanded me.
With force?
Just
I'm not saying like point of damage force, but like because he's on one half.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I want to backhand him with 1 force of damage.
To knock him unconscious.
Yeah.
You see like a tooth fly out of his mouth as you just gauntlet slap him across.
Yeah.
And yeah, hit him unconscious.
Lay on hands, 1 hit point.
Jesus!
He's sort of almost like a defibrillator, sort of pulling him back. Fuck you, Theren.
There he is. Now, I can bring you back, and I can very easily send you there. So, there are 9 people in Jindaly's Rest when you burned it to the ground.
Yes.
And I shall ask her 9 times for your life.
She will come to save me. I am a devout follower of Perith. I do her will.
Vulcan, we've established what happens when you talk out of turn.
I would rather stand with my god and be beaten than to cower before a heretic such as yourself.
Drop the shield on the floor. Put my hand around the symbol of Perith around my neck. Pause for a second and go, oh, the symbol of the order that was in the Hydra's mouth, that was mine, by the way. Do you want him to live after all the murder this man has committed?
Make a religion check.
We better hope for
it's
his
not
sake.
gonna, you could just pretend. Lying busy.
That is 1621.
21.
Do the thing.
Roll some percentile dice. Tell me if you get 21 or less.
Nope.
Oh.
90.
No. Would you choose to intervene? It takes a lot of... Deities are weird. They are strange things. They can't intervene unless circumstances are right. No. There's nothing. There's no sense of like divine intervention. A decision of right or wrong. You still feel Perith's presence, that divine feeling of warmth, but it's not pushing you, you know, like a hand on a tiller. It's not moving left or right. You are neutral.
Well, Vulcan, it seems she doesn't quite care for your life.
Shut up, boy.
The next time you do that, I shall take either your tongue or your manhood, whichever one I feel like. For this time, though, I hate your hair. I reach down, grab it,
Yeah.
put bear claw to it.
Yeah.
Now, how are you going to speak to me from now on?
Not the hair.
Watching you condemn yourself to
Hair's
hell.
gone.
Oh!
It sort of winces as it gets pulled off. It brings me more joy than you realise, boy. Watching you sell your soul like this. You didn't deserve Perith. You didn't deserve salvation.
I lean very close to him and whisper so only he could hear me. I am doing things that are so far beyond everything you see here. Now, I can save this world with these people, but I realise now that the Order doesn't want the world saved. The Order simply wants it to stay the way it is, subservient and in the dark. We can bring Xerieos to a new era of light. You are in the way of that. I do not wish to kill you, but if you make me, I will.
Do it, he says quite loudly, because I will not get out of your way. I am Perith's guiding light on this world, boy.
Lean back. Your last words, High Inquisitor. I will record them.
Your father will find out. Perith will tell him herself.
Is that it?
I join her now.
Before I go, Theren. And I've sort of picked up my axe and I just turn around and see it. Wait. Don't let this guy poison you. He wants you to kill him. Don't do it.
Why would we let him live after all of this?
It's a shame of it. A boy has beaten him. He's using your father against you. Your father's judgment against you. Don't let him do this. Be the better person. I say this while hovering towards them, by the way.
He's really making our way. I'm sure Theren notices that. Bruker, what are you doing right now?
Do I overhear this?
Yeah, you're overhearing everything.
we're
Your
all
eyes
I was not quiet.
Yeah,
you had
I'm
me last
slowly
words.
working away.
Okay. I just go.
What Bruker be thinking about this?
He's seen us all. He knows our names. He knows us. From my own perspective, he should probably die.
For what it's worth, the Tabaxi says,
Chipping as well.
the guy's a git. He's killed my friends. He should die. You know, mighty copper.
You could always just tie him to a tree. Leave him for this ogre.
He's Odie sort of like, Theren, you sure this is right? This doesn't feel right. He's defenseless. If we killed him in combat, that's
We've
different.
beaten
But
him. He has nothing left. We've isolated him. That was what the plan was.
death knows no mercy or fairness.
Sorry, we're having a private conversation?
Right, I see.
Yeah.
With a condemned man on the floor.
Yeah, he's a part of it.
I gathered that.
Yeah.
Theren,
The tail is just sort of whipping around his leg as he's sort of leaning casually on a tree. It's still like hands on a dagger on his side.
Theren raises back claw, looks at it and goes, well, everyone else is sticking their oar in. What do you think?
Tubercular.
Yeah.
Let's get all the patrons involved.
Make a charisma saving throw.
Oh no.
Come on, Bear King.
I feel like I make it clear I'm trying to address the Bear King, but natural 1.
Bearclaw wants you to kill him. You have a sense that this man has wronged you. He is in the way of your greatness, of your purpose. And as you sort of let Bearclaw in, there's a connection there that you hadn't felt in some time, a sense of, I can help you. Warmth of guidance.
Theren says to Bearclaw, and I will let you help me. But this isn't the way we do it. Sort of lowers the blade. Backhand grip still away.
Didn't have a bottle for it, boy, did you?
Holds the hand
Says
up
that.
for Vincent for the potion.
Gives it to you. We don't know what it is.
I'm assuming something to take him away from here.
He just stares up at you.
If we leave him here, he's dead. If we leave him here tied to a tree, it's as good as killing him ourselves.
If we let him go back to the Order, he will tell everyone of what we've done here.
These people, all around me, everything that has happened here has been my idea. When you go back, when you see my father, I want you to tell him that Perith herself made me swear to destroy all forms of evil in her name. I now realize that the Order is that evil. I will not stop. I will not rest until all of you pay for every life you have taken from the innocent people of this world.
False god heretic. It would be my pleasure to tell them that.
I very much want to kill him.
I know.
Yeah, Yes, it's good. Sensible. Kill him.
He's not worth it, Theren. He's not.
Tell me, how does this work? Do we immediately go?
Who are you talking to?
Oh, Vulcan,
Vulcan.
sorry.
Vulcan. Do you immediately go? What do you mean?
The potion.
Does he?
Yeah, I assume this will take you back to the Order.
More or less.
Right.
If it takes him back to the ship, he will destroy Captain Sarcher's vessel.
You're right. I can't exactly swear to wipe out the Order if I immediately let one go, can I?
No. We can do this the boring, hard way.
Take him with us as a hostage.
Yes.
We don't have the time for a hostage.
What do you mean we don't? No.
Wait, whoa.
What is the plan?
We either let him go or we kill him.
Well, we can't risk Captain Sarcher.
No.
Anything middle of the ground, leaving him here. If we leave him tied to a tree, an animal will come and kill him.
Just leave him without any weapons or armour. Set him off into the woods.
And let an animal do something.
He'll still die.
Fine. Give him a shitty sword. Like,
He'll still die.
It's
A Hydra took him down.
he took down 2 hydras.
sending him off into the woods with nothing is executing him without having the will to do it yourself.
Yes. When you say we don't have time, we can continue on. Sorry, Tabaxi. We'll get to you in a
Blackstaff.
moment.
I do have a name.
Blackstaff, yes, sorry. We could ask Vincent and Odie to maybe, I don't know, time up till we can deal with him later. Not our main
Keep an eye
concern.
on him.
Yes.
They could wait here.
Put him in the boat, time up. Make sure.
No, he either comes with us or...
Does he have the spyglass on him?
You'd have to investigate.
Searching.
Can I just check if he has the spyglass?
You search all you need. Vulcan, I strongly advise you not to resist.
Vincent, could you keep an eye on the ogres over that side, please?
Okay, make an investigation check for me.
Oh, sure someone else doesn't want
No,
to do this.
you're doing it. Oh!
You are doing it.
Natural 20!
Right.
What, Scott? What's
Does he have my
wrong?
1,000 gold? That'd be nice.
You only have 2.
He doesn't. No.
Son of a bitch.
I bet Red Dress or Claudia had it.
Let me just double check. I'm
The
just going through
Highness
his
don't carry money on
stuff.
her. It's like the Queen. She doesn't carry any money on her. Just it's all cashless.
I mean, why wouldn't you? It's got her face on.
She doesn't need it as ID. It's me. Philip. Get out my coin purse. Poink.
There you
Coin
go.
purse.
There we go.
Bloop.
Okay. So, Vulcan has a few things on him. Spyglass.
Yay!
Designed in a pouch, as long with 72 platinum pieces. Theron's gold is not there. You find obviously he's wearing plate armor.
Found that.
Take that off? No, I do.
You kind of
No,
do.
I'm joking, I'm being an ass.
He's wearing underclothes underneath plate armor. You wouldn't just wear plate
It
armor
would
over
take
there.
ages.
Even
to
Theren
do.
would tell you that.
It would break the moment.
Deeply uncomfortable.
It would take
well,
ages
because
to
you could take it off while you were searching. With a natural 20, you can be thorough. I could let you do that. His greatsword, beautifully carved, is wrought ornately. It is a +1 greatsword. He has a holy symbol of Perith,
Take that.
and he has a dagger. And lastly, are you taking the plate armor off?
If it's
What would
indicated from this lot.
what's
Theren
what
would
do?
nod at removing the armour.
Okay.
So you take, and I plate armor, and I put in brackets order.
Order.
High Inquisitor. It's quite clearly marked and branded as such.
I'm imagining all this stuff is being deposited in the bag of holding.
Yeah, as he watches it and just sort of like looks at you and looks at you with hatred as he sees the bag.
Okay.
Should have known.
So the armor goes
This
into
is
the bag.
magical too, by the way.
Yes, I figured that.
Good.
So those all go. I'm going to keep the spyglass if that's all right.
Yeah.
Put the rest into the bag of
You
holding.
keep track of it from now and I'll add it later.
Okay.
Sorry, what was underneath the plate armor?
Yeah, anything underneath that?
Yes, one more of these vials.
Ooh.
Same cloudy white substance.
Yo.
Take that.
You sort of.
I'll take that.
There is a
Where's he hiding
genuine
that?
like. As you find that one,
Where was he hiding that though?
Shall I put that down?
sort of like in the leather, like under his
it's
arm.
under
Yeah.
his arm.
One potion
Damn.
in brackets property teleportation.
Why am I not
You can have a look to see if you
Yeah,
can
so
figure
you
it out.
can identify it.
Most potions can be identified through slight slipping or like with an Arcana check.
Okay, I'll do that.
You're very
Can
good
I
at
use
doing
my alchemy proficiency?
Yes, you can.
Expertise?
Yes, you can.
Because it's my background.
Yes,
So that will be a +6. Ooh, 24.
You probably would have made one of these at one point.
Oh.
This is a
Alright.
different recipe, a much more brutal recipe,
Ooh.
but it is a potion, or 2 potions of gaseous form.
Oh.
Okay. Cool.
And I know what that does.
Oh yeah, cast spell gaseous form for an hour
Sounds-
without concentration.
It's not quite teleportation. It turns you into mist that can move very quickly.
Right. Well done for searching him.
Yes, that was... I found there's like a little flick. It's a very poorly made armor. You just take that off and the whole thing just goes...
Like a crab.
Fuck you, wood elf.
Yes, very good. I blow smoke in his face. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
No, fuck you.
Theren just kind of says, I'm going to send you to our god now.
She will welcome you with open arms.
For your sake, I hope that is true.
For your sake as well. Heathen.
Before you go, I want you to know that Novitiate Kasaki is alive and well. It was her decision to remain when she realized my plan. I did not plan to betray you from the start. However, it is very important that we get what we need. I cannot allow you to take it all.
Oh, just get on with it.
You could put a sword in his hand. You versus him.
Give him his sword back.
Oh my god.
Theren steps back, picks up the shield, gets about 10 feet away, enters the stance.
He picks himself up. You see the wounds on him, pretty, like he's just bleeding, sort of like bruised, brings himself back up, picks up the sword. Without my armour, how noble of you.
I find I just don't trust you, High Inquisitor. I'm sure you'll understand why.
This is a facade and you know it. I would beat you in hand-to-hand combat without blinking.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I could give him a quick cure wounds.
Go for it.
Okay.
What?
How much do you give him?
It's only a level 1 spell.
10 HP.
10
Oh, I
HP.
better not just whoop your ass now, Theren.
You see some of the wounds knitting themselves up. The blood stains on his tunic. And
I just
like,
kind of
legs
clip
up.
him around the back of the head, cure wounds.
Move him in.
Some
And
further.
and get 6 hit points back.
Just to make it a fair fight.
Yeah.
So you know
Yeah.
what? I get... No, I get more than that.
Jesus.
There's a moment where you just feel the holy energy sort of pulse around you.
I could moons myself out while I'm
So
at
has
it.
his sword in
I
his
should know
hand.
it.
You have your armour, I have my sword. I think that's fair.
Cheaty bastard. No.
Alright.
Sword versus fists.
I'm sure Theren can pack a punch.
Theren, come on.
Brings his sword around, holds it up. Ready.
Cheating bastard.
And he will come at you. Roll initiative.
15.
Nice.
Flat.
3. Oh! Sword sort of comes at you, but you immediately duck under. What would you like to do?
Theren is going to duck under, stand up, pull back his fist, and say, I promised you all forms of evil will be destroyed, and that begins now. Vow of enmity.
Okay. Yeah, you just focus on him, that hatred, divine rage building.
Oh, it works. That's not good for him. Sweet. I'm going to punch him in the face.
Do it.
Right, well.
Now, technically, an unarmed strike is a strength-based attack, so you only get regular advantage on this.
Oh.
Not your 3 dice, you get 2 dice on this, because it has to be a
Oh,
dex
yeah,
or
you're
charisma
right.
hit.
Sorry, I completely forgot
No,
about
it's
that.
fine,
I'm doing
it's
it so
fine.
much.
Because barbarians can't use it.
Okay, that still hits. That's 12. Do I have proficiency? No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
You're still non-combat.
It's a strength hit, effectively.
Yeah. 15 then.
15 hits. Yeah,
Right.
you punch him in the stomach, he winces. How much damage? It's just one
it'll be
plus your strength modifier.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's
Oh.
monks that do it.
No, it's not. It's 1 plus my strength plus 3 for Hexblade's Curse.
They use Vow of Enmity.
You did.
I only Hexblade's Cursed him earlier.
You did, but you probably would have dropped.
No, how long does it last for? A minute or an hour?
Shall I
If it's
Google?
a minute, it won't have lasted. If it's an hour,
Sorry, it doesn't say. Would you please check? I mean, it does.
Quick to the rule books!
To the rule books! That's the name of the episode.
that's a good name of the episode. To the rules.
To the rules!
The thing is, when you finish this fight, we'll just knock him unconscious
Yeah.
again and we'll be where we.
And then I'll get him.
Right. Vow of Enmity. Vow of Enmity.
1 minute.
Yeah, it's
1
gone
minute,
then.
it's gone.
Alright, 3 points of damage.
Slap.
3 points of damage. Second attack.
Do it, punch him hard.
That's gonna miss.
What was it?
5 plus strength plus proficiency. Oh yeah. No. Yeah, 8.
8. No. Unfortunately, this time he sort of brings himself back.
I'm having a fist fight. It's a terrible idea.
Yeah!
Damn you. Damn you. And he's going to swing his sword and attack you 3 times back.
God, I could do that.
Yeah. You gave him his sword back. He's going to attack you 3 times.
That's fine.
That is... did you pick your shield back up, by the way? I'm guessing
I'm
you
guessing
did.
not
No.
because he's hitting him.
You did
I've
it.
got both.
Alright, so your AC is only 18.
No, it's 20.
Even with the shield?
Shield of Faith. It's 18 normally, 20 with my
Shield of Faith
shield.
probably would have.
Shield of
Shield of
Faith.
Faith lasts for 10 minutes.
That's
so
still up. That's
Oh, okay.
still up. Okay.
yeah,
That's fine. So the first is 21.
that'll do it.
Second one is 23.
That'll do it.
And the next one is 12.
Cool.
You got a sword to a
Doesn't
fist
have any
fight.
spell slots left. Just get to roll these 2 again. So that is 7, 14, 24 points of slashing damage as he just clonks across your armour. He's spinning, but in that moment you manage to get closer to him as he's just recklessly attacking you right now.
Hang on. How much did you say?
24.
24. Sorry, I'm trying to do maths quickly here. So 24 is so that should be okay. 34. Right, cool.
You're still fine.
Great. Can I go?
Yeah.
Great. He's doing magic. Can I do magic?
It's not
While
really magic,
he's
it's not
thinking
slots.
this, Kamburka staring at Black Star.
Yeah.
He's just puffing on his pipe, just staring at Black Star in the eye. And as he's doing that, he's going to cast Druidcraft and create a small puff of wind from behind Black Star towards the fight. And I'm just going to stare at him as this wind is
Oh.
just fluffing his whiskers towards the fight.
Well, you're trying to sort of egg him on effectively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he's
Alright, I see.
Ends this facade.
He sort of eyes flick to you. Super like feline fangs. But, Theren, you'll go.
Bonus action, Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
Whoa!
Hunter's Mark.
Where's that come from?
You focus in your
Oh, no, it's
paladin
like
training. I think this is the first time you've used
Used
it.
it.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is the first time I've used it.
What?
Go
I'm
for
going
it.
to punch him again.
Yeah.
Punch him.
That is a 12 on the first one.
12 just hits. Yeah, he just sort of brings his shield, like the sword up to swing, and you just smack him in the face.
I'm just going to roll the second one as well. That is 22 on the second one.
22. Yeah, both hit.
So that
So
will
that's-
be 3 points of damage.
3 points of
Plus-
damage. Now, let's just see if you... Yeah, how much damage did you do on the first hit?
6.
6. Or he's on 1 health, technically, so you knock him down to 0.
Yeah, you will do.
Yeah,
Right.
you just like... punch him, and he just knocks out cold and falls to the floor.
Great. Theren, as soon as he hits the floor, Theren is going to reach down, grab Bear Claw,
Yeah.
turn around, walk close, sword in both hands, go to our god.
There's a sort of... and you just see his like eyes staring at you, and just like that moment where it just vanishes. And then the stare becomes vacant.
Theren closes his eyes. Pulls out the blade. So, wipes it, returns it to his sheath.
You hear sort of like growling from behind a tree about 35 feet away. And so these green creatures are looking at the body.
An agreement was made, Black Star.
But it was yours. What do you mean?
We now require something from you. Without him, the order will disappear.
Can you be sure of that? Don't get me wrong. Killing the leader and 2 of his lieutenants seems to have done a good job, but the ship's still there.
When the head of an expedition is killed, it is the standing orders of the next in command, however far down the chain that goes, to return the vessel to our citadel, to their citadel, for reassignment.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh.
Nope, I'm knackered. That is persuasion 12.
12. Theren sort of... Well, be that as it may, I will believe you when I see it, but whilst I shall enforce that you do see off this vessel and make sure it disappears, and I'll be keeping an eye out, you've undeniably done me a great service by taking care of this disgustingly despicable man. Don't be too sad. The deaths of many people are on his head, and I'm sure he would have killed you all given the chance. Now, what say we don't wait to get ambushed by another set of hydras and go find some safety and comfort? Yes? Agreed? Have a little somewhere that we might be able to get some rest.
Fine.
Well, for you anyway, I'm rather awake. And sort of looks at Brukar with his like poison burn still all over his clothing. You know, the damage of the hit from before still showing, even though the physical wounds. Theren, you know, you can see there's a big scrape across your like armor from where the sword hit. You're gonna have to buff that out at some point.
Yeah.
Aubrey's looking alright.
I took a bite from the Hydra earlier.
Yeah, but I mean it's
Nothing.
Aubrey. You're nothing below half health, right? So you know, you're fine. You're fine. It was an inconvenience. You probably grabbed it as it was going and like kept the jaws open.
I've got one of my buns is slightly like off.
Like disheveled. Odie's looking a bit fragile.
Yes.
Vincent's taken a few hits, but is alright, I think.
I turn to Vincent and Odie, who are being a bit reluctant, and say,
They're just sort of standing watching from a little bit of a distance, as if they've got an eye on the ogre, the troll still, but they're sort of watching. You're not quite sure of their expressions.
"This is a strange and complex situation, but we have killed only monsters in this glade today.
Vincent sort of looks up. Hi. Yes.
It's nasty, I know. How are you both?"
We've travelled, this is the second time we've travelled with the 2 of them. And, it never seems to get any more normal.
No, but
They saved our lives. Quite genuinely when we met them first. I'm willing to believe that they mean well.
yes,
I hope this is for the best.
I think it will be.
I hope so too.
Keep with it, okay?
So a nod.
And the first time that Tabaxi does anything towards us, I will be keeping a very close eye on him.
And she sort of nods. Yes, thank you. She sort of like whispers to you. We need some arrows. If we've got ranged weapon, we will be able to at least help from a distance if he should turn. Yes?
I will keep an eye out. Yes.
Well, hopefully we're
Can
going
you
into an
make-
encampment full of bandits and criminals. Maybe they have weapons, you never know.
Do you have wood carving skills?
Not with us, no, not really.
No, we can't make any from trees. That's
Sorry.
no stupid thing to say. I know, Aubrey.
She
Okay.
sort of nods, it's fine.
What's the ogre doing?
Sort of looks around, it's still like silhouette behind the tree, watching everything happening still. Sort of two big hands sort of wrapped around the trunk as it...
I walk forwards, throw a produce flame at him, and then step back.
Go on,
Yeah, just sort of like buffets into the big edge. Trying to hit him, or just hit tree?
Just
You
go
can try and
near
hit him if you want.
Yeah. Should I?
What would Brooker do?
Just go near him and go. Go! Sort
You
of.
can see him back away from the heat. And he sort of like skulks backwards, sort of 15, 20 feet behind a slightly further back tree and just sort of waits.
Theren searches the other body that was torn apart by the Hydra. This guy's not
Claudia.
Claudia.
Mm.
Unfortunately, Claudia has somewhat been eaten.
Never mind then.
Ripped in half.
She was sort of ripped in half and swallowed.
Small
yeah.
boot.
There's
All of
not
it?
much of her
Oh,
left.
yeah,
like
probably eaten the
Hydra is a
massive
a
creature.
huge creature, right? The jaws of this
we had to
thing
carry a
are
head.
probably not far
True.
off the size of this table, right? It can.
You could search inside the Hydra.
You very much could. Do you fancy doing a bit of a reptilian autopsy? Because I've got a check
Ooh.
for you if you do. I've got a blue check.
Yes! Blue check.
I don't think Theren quite feels like cutting open something's belly after that. Nah, never mind. Yeah, he sheaves back all.
Can I quickly collect some more Hydra blood?
Yes, you can. Yes, there's plenty of opportunity here.
Sweet.
3 corpses now. Yes, a Hydra blood. It's you've got sort of vials and things. Yeah,
I do have those.
yeah, perfect. How many vials do you want? At this point, there's enough going from fresh corpses to. And this thing is huge.
Let's say 4.
Okay. Perfect.
Right.
Sort of regenerative blood, perhaps, would be useful.
That's what I'm thinking.
Tasty.
We've done what we needed to here. Let's go.
Blackstar sort of like, well then, we better get moving. Stealth is the name of the game here. We don't want to attract any more of those creatures. Yes?
Yes.
Good?
Brooker, I don't
Let's go.
suppose you can help us with that at all.
I can, but it will. Yes, I'm running short on.
That's okay. I just wondered.
How far are we from your refuge?
Hideout.
Well, that would be saying, but sort of looks up at the sky. We'll get that before sunset.
How many of you are there?
Enough.
After this, I feel we have deserved some answers.
I'm sure you do. But you must understand, secrecy is what keeps us safe. Especially when there are, and sort of points to Vulcan, marauding zealots around who are prone to exaggeration over the acquisition of, well, artifacts of a historical nature.
He said sunset. What kind of time is it now?
Afternoon, isn't
Give
it?
me a nature check.
Oh, not good. 7.
7. Looking through the canopy. Early afternoon.
Yes, my spell won't help us
It's
much.
okay. I just suppose them. Yeah.
Only lasts an hour.
We'll lead on, Black Star. And as we go, unless it's been already put in the bag of holding, I take the great sword and put it on my back. Surreptitiously.
I imagine it would have already been put in the.
I assumed it had.
It was, but you could just go up to the back of Theren.
It's in.
Yeah.
It's put in the bag.
In theory, assuming you get the bag open, it would cause no resistance being pulled out of the bag. Do you want to try?
Yeah.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check against Theron's passive
Oh
perception.
no!
It's not difficult.
And
right?
It's
out
relatively-
of luck, sleight of hand, that's a natural 20.
Yeah,
so
that's
22.
You steal a massive greatsword. Well, you are quite distracted.
As you set on,
Yeah.
the bag, you sort of manage to flick the bag open, and as you sort of bring your hand in, you sort of think of the greatsword and sort of pull it out. And it's because it materialises, there's no weight dragging on the bag, it just appears seamlessly, without resistance, just up it goes.
Super.
Yeah, sword in your back.
1+1 greatsword to you.
To go with your +1 great axe, which you now have back.
Hey.
All the +1s.
Imagine just like.
It's not going to happen. But yeah.
Master Brooker.
Yes, you okay?
No.
No, I haven't thought so.
When we get back to the ship, I need you to do something for me.
Right.
I will explain all of this to Cass.
You're going to tell her the truth.
Yes. I've known her my whole life. She deserves that much.
Okay.
I will also present her with a choice. But if she chooses to leave and be with the Order, I would ask that you are able to make her walk on water so she may leave the ship.
And join the Order ship.
Yes.
Okay.
I will...
This is a risk.
Yes, it is, but I will fight any of them for what they've done, but not her. I know that sounds nonsensical, but just not her.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, the party makes his way through the Forests of Zeliddier. I'd like you all to make stealth checks for me, please. Now, you have Odie with you,
We do.
and she goes to the front of the party,
She's
so you can
instantly
move
does.
at normal speed whilst making stealth checks. So you don't slow down by stealthing, but
I'm Cass, so do you want to do it?
so I'll hopefully can make them for Vincent and
Yeah,
Odie.
I'm just doing it now.
I'm going to do a group check here. I'll do one for Black Star.
Oh no!
Wow, I'm not the worst at stealth.
Black Star didn't do too bad, actually. I didn't do too well. Alright, so, give me some checks.
Brooker got 1.
Brooker got 1.
2, 7. 8.
7.
Rather.
8. Okay, 8, yeah.
Sorry.
Vincent got 17, Theren got 4, because I roll at disadvantage.
Yep.
Oh, that's true. Well, I've got... So, Aubrey got a natural 1, so that's going to be a +3. And then Odie got a natural 20, so that's 27.
Okay. So we have 3 checks, 3 passes and 3 fails. So
Incredible.
we will call that a pass, seeing as we've got a 27 in there.
Would you please be quiet?
Yes, Odie is just like pulling her hair out over the people in plate armour, and
I said
Aubrey,
shush!
Aubrey, you've got 2 weapons on your back. You can't clearly give yourself away as they're just like ching, ching, sort of hitting their, between them on your
Oh,
back.
sorry.
But you're sort of
At
doing
one point, Theren turns around and goes, at one point I'm going to want that greatsword back.
What great sword?
The one you're currently holding.
I probably try and look behind. Oh, this one.
I'm kind of using a stick to kind of help me walk a bit
Yeah,
because I'm still struggling.
yeah.
You stop squabbling. Shush.
We are being stealthy.
We are being stealthy.
Really loud.
Quite frankly, can't be fucked anymore.
I fucking leave you to that
So-
Iris.
You make your way through. It takes about sort of 4 or 5 hours as dusk begins to settle. As you make your way into the island, at some point you hit a small river, a stream, as Black Star seems to sort of sniff the air, look at the water, and sort of heads off in one direction, following the stream for maybe 10-15 minutes before patting a tree and then sort of forking right. Clearly following some sort of trail or some sort of navigation route. After another sort of half an hour, the light begins to fade. You see in front of you a small space where the ground seems to, well, the trees seem to sort of give way. A small circular hole in the canopy, about 150 feet wide, amongst the banks of what is now a small beach of soil and mud. You see a crater in front of you, water filling it. As you walk into this plateau, you see several tents all sort of hooked up and several individuals sort of taking note of your arrival. You hear the sort of unclipping of crossbows as trees above you, and people wearing leather armour sort of unhooking crossbows as Blackstar sort of nods at them as he sort of goes through. It is like a crater has been sunk into the ground. About 80 feet either side, a drop. It seems to just sort of disappear about 100 feet below until water sort of fills it. Imagine a lake with the light, the evening light streaming down through the canopy and lighting it quite prettily. The tents and the workplace is it's all very practical. Levers have been hooked up. Half of the camp. It seems like... actually, you can all make perception checks for me.
17.
17.
10.
Okay. I would guess you'd probably estimate 13, 14 people, based on the number of camps and tents and sort of sleeping places. You see a fire. And a wooden structure that seems to be erected over the top of this hole, anchored with large stone plinths that have been driven into the ground. You see like a crane, ropes dangling with what appears to be like a very grand basket, effectively. A small crate, a cage of wood, currently hanging just above, but with a pulley system. It seems like it could be lowered down. A couple of members seem to be sort of just sat on the side of this hole with their feet just sort of kicking down, looking into it. A lot of suspicion. Eyes are sort of glanced in your direction. As Blackstar sort of nods you. Well, promise was a promise. Welcome, allies. Whilst I believe the problem for the Order is not quite done, I feel like you've proven yourselves useful enough. Make yourselves at home. We have guards. We have lookouts. This is a place that you can sleep. Enjoy yourselves. Sort of like winks. I'll come find you in an hour or so. Make yourselves at home. And he sort of flicks the hood up and he sort of walks off, disappears into the crowd, and you're sort of left, kind of stood there, a couple of sort of suspicious glances as a larger man, you can see, sort of walks over, bald, maybe in his 50s, very cauliflowered ears, a big sort of scar down his sort of eye, the jaw kind of offset, maybe just sort of like an inch to the right, teeth as if they've seen a couple of bar fights too many, sort of like, well, what have we got here then, eh? Some new people? Who's this? What's our cat brought in today, eh? Go on, introduce yourself. We're all friends around here.
Who are you?
Oh, well. Buckeye, they call me.
Buckeye.
Nice to meet you.
What a name.
And what's your name, lovely lady?
I really tense up at that. I just go, Ingrid?
Ingrid?
Yeah.
What a lovely name, Ingrid.
Thank you.
And yours?
Alaric.
Alaric. Oh, well, that is a fancy name, isn't it? Foreign, not from round here. You from the Inner Sanctum?
That's north of it.
Ah, very nice travelling folk. What about you? Mr. Alf, we don't see many of you or type round here. A pleasure Pleasure to have such cultured company. What will be your name?
Elf.
Elf.
Yes.
Well, it's a rather ironic name, isn't it? But one I respect. I imagine you've had much grief growing up with a name like that, Elf.
My parents were unimaginative.
I can bet.
Unimaginative.
I see where you get it from.
Yes.
And you two? Fine couple? And you can see the two of them sort of like, well, no, not quite. They're both sort of talking over each other. Vince, and as they sort of introduce each other and sort of quieten up. Well, ain't that cute, eh? He sort of like spits on the ground. Welcome to my arms. I see the cat trusts you enough to have brought you in. What can we do? Doing the pleasure of company. Surprised you got through that blockade as such.
Somewhere to rest up and avoid maybe distracting the people here.
Yeah. Well, we've all got a job to do, but well, I'm afraid you won't be interrupting too much at the moment. We're a little bit stalled, put it that way.
Stalled?
Oh, look, and sort of points towards the pulley. No one's down doing the work today, nor yesterday, nor the day before.
Why not?
Yeah. Tell me, what do you know about things that go bump in the dark?
A great deal.
Oh, I can see why the cat brought you in. Well, that's interesting, that, isn't it? He sort of like leans back on a tree. Well then, you look famished. Would you like some food?
God, yes, I am starving.
Wonderful. Right then. This way, don't be shy. And he sort of leads you towards the rest of the camp. As you're making your way there towards the main fireplace, I would put it, with various logs, several people that seem to be cooking some sort of stew over a large fire. And before we sign off for today, Aubrey, there's a sort of like a slight tap on your side as the party are moving, just a sort of like nudge to get your attention.
Mm-hmm.
If you look there, just sort of like leaning against a tree. It just, you hadn't quite seen Black Star.
Mm-hmm.
Very disconcerting in the way he seems to be able to just sort of stealth around.
Mm-hmm.
I like the name, but I think I know you. You're not related to Thorn by chance, are you? And we'll leave it there.
Oh my god.
Dun, dun, dun.
So,
Oh my god.
I think that we got through a big old fight there. That's not too bad. Lots of stuff going on.
Ingrid.
Ingrid, I like Ingrid. Ingrid's good.
Ingrid's voice in the backstory.
It's good. Hang on. Ingrid. We went for Alaric and Elf. And then Vincent and Odie.
If that was going to happen, I was
Terrible.
like, Asco's first.
Terrible at that game. Thank you very much for watching. Sorry about the camera again, but honestly, we didn't miss much. We'll come back to this next week. Until then, see you later. Bye.
Bye.